Hello. Just taking a walk. Today is my off day that I'm actually taking off. Um, I just want to speak about inner pain because a lot of us are experiencing some inner pain and we're not dealing with it the way that we need to deal with it, and in turn we're putting off our, what I'm going to say, BS on other people around us, people in our family, people in our circle. And we can't do that. We're all dealing with something. And we have to be conscious. And we don't need any more stress or pressure, put on our shoulders, or any more burdens put on us than we already have. We have enough that we're dealing with. And I need us to really stop and think about what's going on in our lives and the things that's affecting us and the things that's causing problems within us, because we project those things out. And some of us may not understand that we're doing it, but we in fact do it. And we cannot. We cannot. You know. Whatever our issues are, we have to deal with them. We have to deal with them. I'm a firm believer that prayer fixes everything, because I'm in it and I'm in it and I'm in it, like in it to win it. It's serious. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for prayer. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for me taking responsibility and acceptance for the roles that I play in life, and the decisions that I've made, and just accepting those things, and making steps and strides to make my wrongs right. I always say it begins and ends with you. And it most certainly does. First, you have to set it in your mind that you want to be better. You have to set it in your mind that the way that things are going, that you don't necessarily like those things. And you want your life to change, that you want a better life. You have to set that in your mind. And then you have to allow yourself to get spiritually aligned with the only one that can assist you to get to the places that you need to be. We just carry all of this trash inside of us. We just carry all of this anger. We carry all this hurt. We carry all this pain. We carry all of these things inside of us, and we don't open up, and allow anyone in to assist us with, with dealing with them, with getting them out, with working through them, with channeling in to something better. We don't give ourselves an opportunity. We don't give ourselves a chance. And it's so sad, because we have to. We have to. We deserve a better life. We deserve a better life. We have to start forgiving people. We have to start allowing people a chance to make amends for the things that they've done to us and against us. We have to allow ourselves a chance, because we do things against ourselves. We really do. We got to open up. We got to deal with this pain that we carry so deep down inside. I know. It's still some pains that I carry deep down inside, but I'm working through them. I'm working through them, and I know it's a process. Everything is a process. But we have to start on that road of recovery. We have to start on that road of healing. We have to start on that road to get ourselves to our better life. We cannot hold these things in. And we have to allow God into our hearts, into our lives, into our souls, into every crevices of us, so that He can assist us with these things, because we cannot do it alone. We've tried that. We've been defeated in that, and that's why we're continuously holding on to these things. That's why we're continuously having problems, because we cannot do it alone. Yes, we have to take the first step. Yes, we do. But we can't do it without. We cannot do it without. And we have to allow people into our lives, into our space, into our, our, sometimes, you got to find somebody that you really, 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 really trust so you can have somebody in a physical form that can assist you as well. That can assist you as well. Because even, you prayed up, so on and so forth, you still need that person that has your best, and your best interest at heart to assist you through your process. Because, we're going to fall backwards sometimes. And we need somebody to catch us, you know. We have to get this thing under control. We have to start dealing with our pains and our angers. We have to, because we're lashing out on people that's undeserving of it. A lot of these things that's happening out here, a lot of these crimes, a lot of these, violent acts, so on and so forth, is because people are unhappy with themselves. They don't know how to deal with that, and they go out and they lash out on other people and take their angers out on other people instead of learning how to internalize what's going on with you and how to deal with it in productive manners, productive ways. We want to be successful in this life. We have a lot of things that's against us. We want to be successful in this life, and we can't be against ourselves. We can't be against ourselves. I know I was against myself for a long time. Against myself for a long time. Wouldn't give myself a chance to have nothing good. Self-sabotaging, all of that, self-loathing, self-destruction. I tell you, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. I've done it. And it leads to roads that you don't really want to travel. It leads to a lot of regret. It leads to a lot of things that you really can prevent. You can prevent. But you have to get into yourself so you can understand what's making you tick, what's making you do these things against yourself, what's making you hate you. I've said it so many times. I used to look in the mirror and just be like, and don't like me. Don't like me. The one person I gotta wake up to and lay down every day, I can't stand. We gotta get this thing right. And we gotta start within the depths of us. Because that's where everything lies at. That's where everything is stemming from. Things that's happening in your childhood, things that's happening in your adolescence, things that happening in in your adult life. And if you don't fix it, if you don't, move through it, at least try to acknowledge that it's there. And people not going to always admit that they wronged you. I'm just telling you, it's just the world we live in. People are not. People are not. A lot of people don't want to take responsibility for the wrong they've done. I've wronged a lot of people. And I'm sorry. And they all know that I apologize. I've already made right my wrongs. I've already done that. I've already asked for forgiveness. I've already asked for forgiveness from God. I've already been granted, all of that. But there are people who are not going to take responsibility for the things that they've done in life. They're not going to just openly say, yes, I was wrong. They're not going to say, I did this or I did that and I should not have. Don't wait for them to do it, because they may not. It takes a special kind of person to admit their wrongs, to say that I was wrong, to say that I could have done things differently. It takes a special kind of person to do that. But as long as you get it off of you, and getting it off of you is just saying, hey, I didn't like X, Y, and Z. So I just wanted to let you know that I didn't. Getting it off of you is asking for forgiveness when you've done something to someone, whether they forgive you or not. Getting it off of you, giving it to God. Because some of these things we know we can't change. People ain't gonna change, so on and so forth. And we just gotta let it go. Just ask for him to forgive us or to forgive them. Oh, that's so great. I tell you, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing when you could just take yourself out of situations and just say, God, please forgive them, because they don't know. They don't know. And there's so many of them out here that don't know. And they need some forgiveness. You know. It's nothing wrong with praying for people. There's nothing wrong with that. That just shows and speaks to the character of who you are. There is nothing wrong with that. It's a wonderful thing when you can take yourself out of a situation and ask for someone else to be healed. Ask for forgiveness to be put on someone else, protection to be put on someone else. It's a wonderful thing. We need to stop living in this world where everything is about us, what we feel, how we feel, so on and so forth. Everything is not always about us, our feelings, so on and so forth. Yes, we want to be taken into consideration. We most certainly do. But we're not in this world alone. We all need to be taken into consideration. And the same way you make mistakes, you have to understand that others will make mistakes. Others will do things against you. Others will be out of line. As long as you have an understanding of that, you'll know how to deal with it when it comes. And we most certainly need to learn how to deal with things when they come. And we don't have to deal with it with aggression. We can deal with it calm and subtle, still be respectful, and move forward and through this thing and keep our pride and our dignity and all of our righteous factors intact. We can. Just because someone come at me aggressive and all, don't mean I got to do the same. No, because you taking me out of who I am. That's not where I am. Why would I allow you that? That means you have some control and power over me. I think not. I think not. We have to learn to deal with these things that's been troubling us for so many years. These things that's been eating at us. These things that's been hindering us. These things that's been stopping us. These things that's been keeping us held captive. We have to work through these things. We have to work through these things. And we have to first start with acceptance that it exists. It exists. Acknowledge it exists. Accept that it is or was what it was or is. And figure out how we're going to move through, past, and beyond every issue, every difficulty. It is very important. We have a life to live, and we want to live our best life. We want to live our best life. Some people associate living your best life with popping bottles, going to the club, clubbing, how much money you got, how many cars you have, what's in your bank account, so on and so forth, the house you have, all that material, all that vain stuff, all them things that mean nothing. No, your best life is changing the core of who you are, your soul, getting in tune with that, getting away from this fleshly thing and all the things that come along with it. Looking through, and first you got to look through yourself. You ain't going to be able to see anybody else clearly if you can't see you clearly. Having a relationship, having a spiritual connection, getting through this life in productive manners. I'm telling you, so many rewards that come with it. I don't understand, the shallow mind that think that the things of this world is better. I don't get it. These are all man-made things. God gave you the knowledge. All the men, all the people who created these things gave them the knowledge to be able to do it. Something greater. It's something greater, and we need to get in contact with it. We need to get in line with it. We need to get in tune with it. We need to stop falling victim to these things that's, that it don't bring us no good. You know, it really doesn't bring us any good. And we need to find a way through that. We need to work through it. We need to stop putting so much emphasis on these things. But we don't take time to sit with self, to get into ourselves, to get into, just feeling the greatness of who we are. Most of us don't even know us. I mean, how many people really know them? Come on. You spend so much time outside of you, not enough time inside of you. That's where you need to be, focusing and dedicating your time to, instead of those things on the outside of you. But we put so much emphasis on those things on the outside of us. We don't take time for the inside of us. And that's why a lot of us are living in pain. Still. I know. It took me 40-something years to get it. But whatever. I got it. And I'm moving forward. I ain't going backwards. Later for that. If it means sitting alone and just being me in my own space, let it be. Let it be. But no one's going to take me out of the state of mind that I'm in now. No one's going to put me, back. Pull me back. No. Into that existence that I was once in. No. And we all need to take the steps to get out of that. We need to start dealing with inner pain by any means necessary. It's only going to hurt you in the end. And whether you realize it or not, it's hurting the people around you too. And that's unfair. So we got to do something about it. And let today be the day that we start doing something about it. Okay? I just want us all to be better. I want us all to move forward. And like I always say, it begins and ends with you. Everything begins and ends with me. Everything in my life, everything in your life begins and ends with you. All right? So let's start making a conscious decision that we're going to start moving forward. And we're going to start with ourselves. And then everything else around us will start falling into place. But we have to start with us. MJK.